Wagwan, everybody. I am your Jamaican Queen, Miss Y. You are tuned into How I See It TV, and this is How I See It Live. Please remember to like this video, share the link to my channel if you feel like the content needs some more crowd. Subscribe if you haven't done so yet. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter, now called X, at How I See It, and on TikTok at How I See It TV. Good morning, good morning, good morning. American Born was the first one in here. And hi, Toot Latrice. Y'all are in the yard. Thank you so much for being in the yard with me, because I like reading comments. I like reading the chat while I'm live, even though sometimes I get a little flustered, but it's a learning experience. How's everyone doing? Hi, Miss Linda Gamble. How are you? Yeah. I know y'all saw it because I saw it. Martel and Slaw was out here posted up. And I wasn't going to cover this story, honestly, because I was like, whatever. I know exactly why Miguel ain't effing with that man. But since Hotel and Slaw want to be out here posted up, then we're going to talk about some things. We're going to talk about some things. So, y'all remember 2022? 2022 was the first time we saw Martel at Miguel Wilson's Polo fashion classics, right? His event. And then we saw him again in 2023, last year, at the event. He was one of the sponsors. Good morning, New Orleans Diva. How are you? So Martel and his, dang it, I was about to call that wine in. I'm not gonna say it because YouTube might mess with me if I say it. But y'all know what I was about to say. He was a sponsor. The Inest, is that the name? Inest wine was one of the sponsors for Miguel's Polo Classics last year as well. So follow me. Martel was there in 2022 at the Polo Classics. And he was there last year as a sponsor at the Polo Classics. So it would be no surprise if he was going to sponsor the event, or if he was going to be at the event this year. Now, Miguel Wilson's Polo Fashion Classics, is a weekend-long event. It starts on Friday, and then then there was an event last night that was the fashion show, and then today is going to be the polo match. So as I said, it wouldn't have been any shocker that Martel would be at this event because he was there 2 years straight. So Miguel starts posting about this event in August, right? He started posting about the event, started posting about all his sponsors, and he gives each of them like an individual post. And then along with the post, he has a whole list of who the sponsors are going to be. So I'm going to show y'all something. So this was the individual shout out that he made to Martel at the time. All right, let me pull it up. Am I looping? No, I'm not looping. Wait, y'all, it's going to end. I got to go all the way back up to the top. Okay, now we're looping. So he makes this individual post to about Martel on September 17. He's like, shout out to, he's like, if you've ever been to a Wilson's event, blah, 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 blah. And then he's like, people often refer to his events as Black excellence. And then he's like, see a video by my brother, Martel, to see what your attire should be, what the men's attire should be for the dinner event. I think that would have been on Saturday. So cool. cool, okay, Martell is gonna be there, whatever. All right. So then we fast forward to September 28th. Martell is still being posted as one of the sponsors, even though his name is spelled wrong. I don't think there's a Marel Holt. I'm almost positive that that name is Martell Holt, was supposed to be Martell Holt, the name that I've underlined in the green or highlighted in the green, right? So that was September 28th. So from August to September 28th, Martell was still being posted, or his name was being tagged as one of the sponsors of this polo event. Okay, so all right, cool. Nothing wrong with that. No surprise. He was there 2022. He was there 2023. Okay. So y'all tell me why on October 1st, Martell's name is gone. He's no longer a sponsor of this celebrity, star-studded, Atlanta socialite-studded polo event that Miguel Wilson puts on every year. This is the seventh time or the seventh installation of the event. Why was Martell's name removed? October 1st. And Miguel hasn't said a word about that man since. He posts about everybody else, from Jamie Tyler to the Prince dude that's supposed to be there. He added, after Martell was removed, he added another wine company. What's the name of the wine company? Ooh, I should have gone further up so that y'all could see the name of the wine company that he added to the event. Let me go to his Instagram also. I can tell you the name of the wine company that was added after Martell was removed. And I know it was after because, as I said, I was looking at the posts on Miguel's page, and I went all the way back to August when he first started to promote the event. And Martell's name was always there until we got to October 1st. So okay, I'm trying to find, excuse me, trying to find a post with the so Martell's name gets removed, and then you have Tito's Vodka is added as a sponsor, and then Remy Martin is added as a sponsor, and then Straw Saint Royal Vodka is added as a sponsor. Official Rap Snacks is added as a sponsor. Oh my God, who else? Where's the name of this wine company that was added? Blount Wine Therapy was added, and Markel Barney Wines was added as a sponsor. So Martell gets removed, and then all these other liquor brands gets added as a sponsor. Now, y'all, please recall, this was the video that Martell posted up last year. He was doing his big one, he was modeling and ish. And this is the video that he posted up. I hope y'all are hearing me talk as this video plays. And then on his Facebook, May 23, 2023, he's like all excited. Are y'all hearing me? I hope y'all are hearing me. He's excited. He's saying, wow, it was an unforgettable weekend for me. Miguel's Collections third annual black tie experience. It wasn't even the third annual one, so he was wrong with that because it was last year at the National Arbor. The energy was crazy and the fashion was on point. Congratulations to Miguel and his team for putting together such a memorable event. After such a spectacular weekend, it only seems right to announce that I will collaborate with Miguel Wilson Collection on I needed to go back. On where was I? On my upcoming suit line. Working with my brother, frat, and now mentor is a privilege. Stay tuned for more updates. The name reveal is gonna be crazy. Y'all, where's the suit line? Where's the suit line, y'all? It seems like Miguel doesn't want to work with Martel anymore because he went from calling Martel his brother. He went from calling Martel his brother in that post in September to now Martel is like completely gone from the list of sponsors for this event that ends today. And then we see Martel has gone from this. He's gone from this, y'all, posted up with Miguel and Sheree, to now being posted up with Brokey Coleslaw. Something funny with Martel money. Because there's no way Martel, as egocentric as he is, as arrogant as he is, as narcissistic as he is, in my opinion, there is no way that Martel would rather be posted up with coleslaw on the weekend of Miguel's event. There's no way that's what he would rather do. It's given he didn't have the money, so Miguel was like, yeah, you can't be my bro anymore. Sorry. He didn't have the money, so he could not be at this social gathering down there in Atlanta this weekend. And his only option was to be posted up with coleslaw. I feel like he's embarrassed because did he repost this? Did he repost this picture of him and coleslaw? She's embarrassing this man. I don't think this man wanted people to know that he's not at Miguel's event. Brokey. I don't think he wanted people to know that he's not at this. How do you go from being posted up with Sheree Whitfield? Like, let's be clear. Sheree does not have great business acumen. She doesn't. However, Sheree is an OG housewife. Okay? She's an OG housewife. Her name's been out there longer than Martel's name has been out there. Right? Sheree is a celebrity, a Bravo celebrity. Doesn't matter how many times she gets fired, child. She is a Bravo celebrity. So how do you go from being posted up with a Sheree Whitfield? How do you go from being in these news articles? Because I told y'all I came with receipts, child. He was in all these Atlanta write-ups between 2022 and last year. His name was being mentioned in the Atlanta Inquirer, in Hyatt Magazine, Upscale Magazine. All these people, when they wrote about the Miguel Wilson collection and the Polo fashion classic, you know whose name was also being mentioned? Martel's. I always spell his name with one L. Oh well, I don't care. It's not even worth me knowing how to spell his name. So how you go from being written up in all these articles Your name being mentioned alongside what's that dude? What's that rapper's name that was with Jeannie Mai? Jeezy. Your name is being mentioned alongside the who's of Atlanta. And now this is where you are. This is where you are in life, back in Alabama, posted up, looking ashy in a cheap suit with coleslaw. This is a mess. Rod says Martel is posted up with AC to get the focus off the current news about the second lawsuit for scamming activities. Now, as you talk about scamming activities, now, y'all, I wanted to do this story, but I can't do it in the way that I want to because I haven't gotten certain statements that I wanted. But I'm gonna throw something out there. If you're looking at your screen right now, what I have posted is from some documents, some online documents. Now, Martel and Belinda in 2022. I don't know what was going on. I felt like Belinda thought that Martel was her man, but Martel was out here saying Sheree was his woman, and obviously Ariane felt like she was Martel's woman too. But anyways, in February 2022, Martel and Belinda, they owned a property together. Now, y'all know Belinda as Belinda Sanders. However, the documents that I received showed that the name that she used, and I don't know, maybe y'all know this already. Do y'all know Belinda as anything other than Sanders? Let me see in the chat so that I don't feel like I'm breaking some news here when y'all already know. Can somebody let me know? Do y'all only know Belinda as Belinda Sanders? Do y'all only know her as Belinda Sanders? Okay, so that's two people. They only know Belinda as Belinda Sanders. Well, some documents that I received shows that she used another last name, and I'm not going to put the last name out there. That is why it's covered with these emojis. But it's public knowledge that she's known as Belinda Sanders. However, she purchased a property with Martel under the Holt Media Group LLC as Belinda and something else. Now, at the time that she purchased this property with Martel, she had other companies where the name on those companies was Belinda Sanders. However, when she purchased this property with Martel, she used another last name. Now, this was February 2022. In February 2023, Martel, not Holt Media Group, but Martel Holt, was the only name on this property. Now, all of a sudden, we fast forward to 2024, Martel and two other people, either their brother and sister or husband and wife, but Martel and two other people are currently owners of this same property that he owned with Belinda in 2022. Now, I'm not saying some scamming issues going on, but it sounds to me like some scamming issues going on. Now, I don't know who got scammed because I'm trying to figure out how Belinda's name was no longer on this property in 2023 and how all of a sudden Martel now owns this same property with three other people. Well, two other people. Am I reaching, y'all? Am I reaching? Now, I reached out to Miss Belinda, asking her for a statement to back up or to debunk a particular information that I received. She told me to send her my questions, and I did. And I'm still waiting for her statement. Or maybe she read it and she's like, oh my God, these people know everything. I can't answer any of these questions. Maybe that's what's going on. But y'all, something funny is going on with Martell's money. Because ain't no way you owned a house on the whole media group in 2022, and in 2023 your partner on that house is name is no longer listed as an owner of that property, and now in 2024 you own that same property with two other people. What is going on? What is going on? And I saw Pinky the housewife done read some documents of some scamming activities, allegedly. And he has a whole bunch of LLCs gathering dust. Because I know here in Florida, every year you gotta pay what's that fee called that you gotta pay on your LLCs? Let me tell y'all what the fee is called. Does anybody know what Fred's last name is? Because I want to see something. Does anybody know what Fred's last name is? Give me a second, y'all. I'm trying to find it. Okay, it's called the annual report fee. There's an annual report fee that you have to pay on LLCs. Now, let me see if it's the same thing in Alabama. Because if so, Martel, you don't have all this money. Okay, so in Alabama, it's a little bit cheaper. In Florida, it's $159 every year that you have to pay. In Alabama, it's $50. So maybe he got $50 to be paying for all these LLCs. But y'all, the document that I received, there is about 20 LLCs under that Martel Holt, I guess, owns or is the owner of or whatever. And they're gathering dust because he's not doing anything with any of them, including this company right here, Inest Wines. He has two LLCs for Inest. He has Inest Wines LLC, and then he has Inest Brands LLC, and then a whole bunch of other LLCs. Now you see the last name that she uses on his Inest website is Sanders, Belinda Sanders. And at the time Belinda was giving these reviews, quote unquote, reviews of Inest Wines, Martel was supposedly with Sheree and Ariane. I don't know if Belinda knew this when she was giving him money to purchase homes and stuff. And while she was helping him with Inest, but now the website that you can purchase Inest wine through is saying that the owner has to upgrade the online platform to Vino Shipper Injector V4 to continue sales through the online store. So maybe Mr. Miguel realized that this man does not have a real company. He's not selling any wines, and he would only be coming to his Polo Classic to front like he got something going on when he does not. And Miguel's brand is all about Black excellence. You had Clifton Powell at the event. You had Dr. G and Sweet Tea at the event. You had Jamie Tyler at the event. You had different boxers. You had rappers. You had all these people at the event who are out here actually making money. And then you have some Martel who coming with a box of wines that he can't sell. And even if he comes to your event, even if he comes to your event with a box of wine and people wanted to buy it, he wouldn't have a platform on which to sell it. Something funny going on with Martel's money, which is why he's out here bothering Melody, which is why he's out here wanting full custody. Because the only way he's going to get some coins is if he has all those kids, and it's never going to happen. He's hoping that if for whatever reason the judge sees it his way, then he'll be able to go back and say, well, I have all the kids, so I should get child support. I have all the kids and she makes more money than me, Your Honor. So, I mean, if y'all are giving me full custody, then I should get child support. That's his plan. That's the plot. And it hasn't been going his way, so now he's spiraling. His only attachment to anything successful was Miguel Wilson. He was out here announcing a suit collection before he got his money up to be able to do this suit collection. And now that seems like it's off the table completely because Miguel said on October 1st, I don't want this man's name attached to anything I'm doing anymore. And he was promptly removed as one of the sponsors for the Miguel Wilson Polo fashion event in Atlanta. How dreadful. How dreadful. And then you out here posted up with coleslaw like you doing something. How embarrassing. How embarrassing. How embarrassing, y'all. Oh my gosh. Did I have any more graphics? I don't think so. Let me see. Let me see, child. I had no more graphics. So I showed you how he was removed. He was removed from the list. It was October 1st. And then more sponsors were added. That's embarrassing. And I think he's operating right now as if people don't know what's going on. Because let's be clear, a lot of us, we don't care nothing about Miguel Wilson and his suit line. So we're not going over to his page to see, whose name he's posted up as a sponsor and whose name was removed. Like, we're not doing that. And I honestly would not have been talking about this if it didn't seem like once again, it always seems like when things aren't going Martel's way, when he's down bad, that's when he wants to pop out with coleslaw. I would be embarrassed if I was her. Whenever things aren't going well in Martel's life, that's the only time we see him hugged up with that girl. When it seemed like he was homeless, all of a sudden we saw him in the kitchen cooking mashed potatoes with a fork with coleslaw. She was all smiles. Every single time. Am I bugging? I feel like every single time this man is down on his luck, you see him pop out with coleslaw. And that suit and jacket that had it wasn't he in a short? He was modeling like the short suit or something. Martel and the coleslaw was getting dragged in these. Listen, before I came on live, I was watching Chef Don Don's live, and all the people that were in that live chat a few hours ago, they were dragging, okay? And they weren't lying because they did in fact look dry. Somebody was talking about her swooped over hair. I was in this house screaming. Hi, Nanny of the Maroons. Martel didn't pay the rest of the sponsorship money. The check didn't clear. He was like, I got you. Just keep my name on it so you know that I can show up and the people can see that I got something going on, but you don't. He didn't have anything going on in 2022, truth be told. He didn't have anything going on in 2023, truth be told. And I think Miguel gave him a pass because, okay, he had the wine and it seemed like he was about to do something with it. But 2024, hi, April, October 2024, Miguel got smart and said, yo, this man is trying to pull one over on me, in my opinion. That's what Miguel said. Maybe since he was convicted of DV, he dropped him. But when was the conviction? Because he was dropped from the list in on the, I would say he was dropped on the 29th, because the last time Miguel posted his name as one of the sponsors. And remember, y'all, Miguel was promoting this event from August, end of July, August, and Martel's name was always included in the list of sponsors. The 28th was the last time I saw Martel's name on that list, the 28th. So I'm going to say that on the 29th is when he found out about the conviction then, or the 28th. Because we got news of that when? I can't recall. When did we get news of the conviction? He did Tasha K's interview in January. When did we find? Can somebody put the date in here for me? Was it in summer? Because then it would add up. Because then what American Born is saying would actually make sense if it was the summer when that news broke that he was convicted. I'm looking for it until somebody puts it in the chat for me. I'm scrolling down to see if y'all did. Nope, nobody. All right, let me go look. When did the news break of Martel's conviction? Let's see if it all coincides. Let's see if it coincides. Okay, so we got the news May 14th, May 16th. Yahoo posted it on May 15th. January 10th, I'm seeing a story that says he is appealing it. So I'm not sure, because I see something that says January, and then most of the YouTubers posted about it in May. So that means Miguel shouldn't have had him as part of that lineup when he started posting in August. So convicted May 16th, Toot says. And then we could say that maybe Miguel isn't following along with, some of the things that are out here in the YouTube streets. So May, June, July. So let's say September is when he found out, and then he decided to say, okay, you can't be a part of my event. Okay, we could probably go with that, but I doubt it. I think it was more so about money. At the end of the day, this man is putting on this, spectacular event. All these celebrities, it's a big thing in Atlanta every year. And you're telling me that you want to be one of the sponsors, but I'm not seeing you, zelling me the money, giving me a check. Nothing. Yeah, I'd remove your name too from my list. I'm trying to read all your comments. Ooh, where was I? I know American Born's comment was the last one I read. Um, okay, I read that one. Okay, so there you go. All right. Mm. Hi, Roz. I know he went to that golf tournament with Ralph. Yeah, he went to the golf tournament with Ralph, and that's about it. And that's about it. He can't go to the Polo Classics. I mean, I'd be shocked if he goes to the game today. I'd be very shocked. After I'm here doing this live, I'd be very shocked. I looked up his Inest wine on a website and they said he hadn't paid the fees to sell. And here it goes. Here it goes. The people said he can't sell on here no more. He hasn't paid us. He hasn't paid us and he needs to upgrade in order to sell over here. Oh God, something funny with Martel money. That's the message for today. Nanny of the Maroon says Martel is broke. Miguel not getting a cent from him, and Miguel knew it and removed him as a sponsor. Oh my God. Hi, Miss Cece. And Miss Blade says, in my opinion, Martel doesn't have funds to sponsor or supply wine. All he has is those boxes under his bed. That's all he has. Gathering dust under there and pulling them out every time somebody feels sorry for him to give him an interview. Or if Carlos says, oh, Martel, let's talk about your wine. Why you have this man? Because didn't he, when Destiny showed up to his house during this season, didn't he pull out his wine to pour some for her? I'm like, why are you promoting a wine that you can't even sell right now? Who's buying it? Who's buying this wine? Because what I know of reality TV is this. If you have a brand or if you have a product, you're supposed to be using the platform to promote said product. So when we see him pull out a bottle of his Inest wine and he's pouring it, that should mean that he's actually promoting it and he's actually selling it. He's not selling anything. Not they bellied up. Inest distributors belly up. Is that what happened? But isn't he white labeled anyways? So he could find another distributor. He could find somebody else that he can get some red wine from that has the same taste as Inest, and then just slap his label on it. I'm scrolling down now. Not Marlboro. Marlene drank all the inventory. Whenever I hear Marlene's name, y'all, all I hear in my head is Chef Don Don saying, "My boy, my boy, my boy." Every time I hear Marlene's name, that's all that plays in my head. Chef has scarred me. Chef Don Don has scarred me. My boy, my boy, my boy. He should have, but you know what? The Lord works things out in the best ways possible. Because if he had that 15% in Embrace, he would have been a thorn. He's a thorn in Melody's side now. But imagine having him as a thorn in your side when it comes to your children, post divorce. And he's also a thorn in your side when it comes to business because he's a 15% basically partner in your company, I would not have wanted that for Melody. So I'm glad that it was that even though she can't have a clean cut from him because they have kids together, she was able to get a clean cut from him when it came to business dealings, because I wouldn't want my name tied up with that man when it came to business. Anyways, I think Martell still owes him that sponsorship money from last year. Uh, And I would not be surprised. But Mr. Miguel should have remembered that and not have added his name to his list of sponsors when he started promoting in July. Martel cannot afford to pay Miguel. I think we all agree on that right now, Miss Linda, that there is something funny with the money. There is something funny with his money. As I asked earlier, why did he own this property with Belinda, who wasn't using the last name Sanders? Why did he own this property with Belinda, who wasn't using the last name Sanders? In February 2020. Ooh, not the Amber Alerts. Child, they done took somebody's child. Let me see. Where is St. Johns County? I don't feel like that's nowhere close to me. But anyways, y'all. Um, why did he own a property? Why did he own that property with Belinda in 2022? And then all of a sudden, it wasn't even Holt Media Group anymore that owned the property. I guess I don't know what happened. Did they sign over the title from Belinda to and Holt Media Group to just Martel? And now he's the owner again with two other people. So there are now three owners of that house. Martel being one. And then I think these people are a couple. Their last name ends with S, not Sanders. I think they're a couple, or they could be brother and sister, but now they own the house that Martel, I don't know if he built it or not. I don't know if he's living in it right now or not. But it was that same property, the same address and everything that he owned with Belinda that was not using the last name Sanders. Something funny with the money. Can Martel leave the Alabama state limits while on probation? That's a good question. That's a good question. But he was in Atlanta after he was convicted. He was out and about with Ralph playing golf, and publicly too. So I don't think that's what stopped him from going to this Polo Classic with that Miguel was hosting over the weekend, or is hosting. Let me see. Because he's on monitored probation. I'm researching real quick for y'all, because y'all know I don't like answering certain questions if I don't have the facts. Okay, what are we looking for? If monitored probation for DV in the third degree, can the person convicted still Travel. All right, let's see what Google says. Mm. Okay, so Google says generally, individuals on monitored probation can travel within the United States, but there are restrictions and requirements to. Ooh, now I gotta open the thing. Dang it. Restrictions and requirements to consider. Obtain permission before traveling. Travel restrictions may be restricted from traveling to certain states or countries. Must notify their probation officer of travel plans, including destinations, date, mode of transportation. Okay, so I guess he can travel if he has permission to do so, because he was out there in Atlanta playing at Ralph's golf tournament. So unless he didn't get permission, then that will be a whole thing. Miss Blade says he smiled on the outside and burning on the inside and looking ashy while doing it. Both of them look ashy. I was like, why do they look so cheap? Like, you are a whole celebrity, sir, quote unquote. Why do you look so cheap? And why does your girl look so cheap next to you? He's a brokey. So he didn't repost her picture of the two of them. I know that he wasn't going to. Somebody said in Chef Don Don's life that he looks like he was hugged up with a fan. Like the girl just walked up to him and said, "Hey Martel, I watch your show. Can I get a picture?" That's really what it looked like. Let's pull it up. Because the man went from being posted up next to Sherry Whitfield, as much as Sherry don't got much going on for her either. He looked so the difference in the pictures, the difference in the two pictures is very telling. Like he was really playing his part with Sherry. He wanted the world to believe that that wasn't a business arrangement, but we knew better. But at least at this point in his life, right here, when he was hugged up with Sheree, he didn't look so dusty. He actually looked like something was going on for him, or he was trying to at least, make fetch happen. But this picture with him and Ariane, it literally looks like he saw a fan, and the fan said, "Can I get a picture?" And he was like, "Okay." Hand in his pocket, um, the hand over her shoulder. It's not really touching her. His feet are turned away from her. Body language experts, y'all. They say, and I keep telling y'all that y'all need to go watch those body language expert videos on YouTube. The people who say they got a degree in the thing, and they talk about how when people are in a relationship or say they're in a relationship and they take pictures where one of the individuals, either their feet is turned outward and away from the other person, or they're hugging the person and their body is kind of slanted away from the person, then it means that they're not engaged. There is a disconnect. And that is what this picture is given. You see with him standing next to Sheree, how his body is turned towards her. I might be reaching. I might be reaching. Go and watch. Go and watch those body language expert videos. I'm telling you, they'll teach you a lot. They'll teach you a lot. Even his hand being in his pocket, that tells us he is closed off from that girl. He don't really want her, but that's the best that he can do. He needs somewhere to lay his head. And what did he say in Tasha K's interview? That she has responsibilities. He needs a babysitter when he got them kids. And she's the only one willing to do it for free, in my opinion. Um, I'm scrolling down. Not they both look dingy or dingy. Went from rubbing elbows with the elite to the running around with a peasant at a homecoming game. Yeah, I know he's embarrassed. The stars were out on Friday night. They were out on they were out last night, and they're gonna be out today. And he's hugged up with a brokey, hugged up with another brokey. He's missing. He's missing an event that could potentially help him to network with people who could get him some money, to be hugged up at an event where he's not even being paid for his presence. Like, didn't he go to that school? Didn't he go to that university? So you are a celebrity attending the homecoming of your alma mater and you couldn't even get a booking? That says a lot right there. They didn't get married, Miss Brenda. They didn't get married. I don't know why she used another name when doing business with Martel. I don't know why, but I've seen her other LLCs and the name that she's used on the different properties that she owns and on the other LLCs that she owns. The last name that she used is Sanders, but for whatever reason, when she bought that property with Martel, she used another last name. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that. Um, she was engaged, but I think it was called off. Yeah, but that still doesn't her being engaged doesn't change her last name. I think she probably goes between her maiden name, and she was married at one point in time to somebody. So maybe she has the ability to use her maiden name when she wants, and then her marital last name when she wants. I don't know. I don't know how it works here in the US, child. But maybe that's maybe that's what it was. Not Belinda Holt. Not Belinda Holt, Miss Linda. It wasn't Holt. I just don't want to put the last name out there because I don't know if that is considered doxing somebody. So just to be on the safe side, we already know her as Belinda Sanders. It is the same person because I've seen other documents. It is the same person, and she owned this property. The property that Martell is still the owner of, or part owner of. She owned it with Martell, but he bought it under Holt Media Group LLC. I believe businesses in Holt name is another reason why Mel changed her name back to Rogers publicly. Yep, that was a very smart decision because all his companies have Holt attached to it. You had Holt Media, Holt Capital, Holt Capital Group, Holt Media Group, Holt Construction, Holt and somebody else construction. That's why I was asking y'all what was Fred's last name, because he has a company that's called Holt and somebody else's last name construction. So there's that too. Almost 20 LLCs that came about between 2021, 2022, and 2023. And I think one in 2024. A mess. A mess. And not one of them is making him money at this point in time. The unattractive garage house. Was that the one they were showing Sunny and Moses? I know good and darn well Sunny did not want that house. CC, it looks like he did, talking about she's too picky and she don't need no. Ooh, who was that about? April, October. Wait. Oh, okay. I think I see what you're responding to. After Queen Sheba dropped that video about Belinda's friend, Belinda dropped Tell and Dusty. Was that in 2022? Was that in 2022? Because I was trying to put dates together to do my story. But Belinda is pretty much one of the only people that can confirm some stuff. There are people who said certain things to me, but I don't like putting certain information out without having concrete or even close to concrete information. What I do know is that she bought the house with him. I do know that for a fact. I do know that she didn't use Sanders to buy the house, the last name Sanders to buy the house with him. I do know that early 2023, that house was no longer owned by her or Old Media Group anymore, but it was owned by Martel. And I know that by the end of 2023, Martel owned that same property with two other people. That I know for a fact. The reasons why is what I don't know. And I think that's where the tea is, in the why. Now, I have my assumptions, and I'm sure y'all know where I'm going with it because it all sounds a little scammy to me. I don't know why one man needs three people from between Belinda and the two people he owns the house with now. I don't know why one man needs three people to own one property. I don't know why this one man needs three people to help him to own this one property. Like, that don't sound weird to y'all? Well, it sounds weird to me. I can't remember Fred's last name, but he is a legitimate contractor and builder. Child, if I know what Fred's last name is, then that would add another piece to a puzzle that I have. That I have. Martel told Queen S that he bought that land from Bill. Did he? Did he really? Because it don't sound like it to me, from what was said to me, Miss Blade, it don't sound like he bought anything from Belinda. It don't sound like he bought it. I think, based on what this person told me in my DMs, what the allegation is that some promises were made to Miss Belinda Sanders. Promises that Mr. Holt allegedly fell short on, and Belinda had to just take her L. That's the information that was provided to me, along with documentations of certain things. But again, I'm not even saying any more on this. All things that were just said is alleged information, allegations, assumptions, speculations is what all that was. It is a garbage house. I guess building the garage is cheaper than building the other parts of the house. And even though I said I'm gonna leave it alone, you know why I think the person who sent me that information is correct on their assumptions or the allegations that no, I'm gonna leave it alone. I forgot my point anyways. You could fit a Mack truck in that garage. Oh my God. In my opinion, Mel let her builder's license under the whole name expire. She then retested and obtained a new builder's license under her daughter's name. Smart. Yeah. Melody understands that, keeping that whole name and to do business with it would put her in the crosshairs of some scammy-ish that her ex-husband out here has going on allegedly and in a lot of our opinions. And based on what the court documents said too. The last time I saw them together was is that Martell and Belinda you're talking about too? The last time you saw them together was London. When did he go to London? 2 years ago? 2022? 2023? When was it? Business privilege in Alabama. Mm, I don't know. I feel like Alabama, Atlanta, Florida, they have similar laws, in my opinion. I could be wrong, but I feel like they have similar laws. I don't think there's a lot that you can get away with. Nanny of the Maroon says Martel scammed Belinda out of thousands of dollars. That's why she's so. And allegedly, that's the information. That's the allegation that is out there that he scammed her out of some things. And she had to take her L and just leave it alone because people were warning her that he ain't no good. Like, this lady is a beautiful woman, but she's in her 50s. I don't know if y'all knew that. Okay, she is not 30 plus or 40 plus. She's in her 50s, but gorgeous. Her resume is long. She's up to great things financially and business wise. And I think a woman like her at her age and of a certain standing in her community is not going to want people to know that she was taken for a fool because of some hook and curve penis. Does that make sense, y'all? Uh, Does that make sense? If you are Miss Belinda and you're of a certain age, you're of a certain social standing and financial standing in your community, and there's this trash man out here who cheated on his wife, his wife divorced him. He was out here, frolicking with this coleslaw girl. There's a whole scandal surrounding his name. And then here you go taking it up on yourself to date him. You're all over his platform. His kids are in videos with you. You're on his wine website as one of the only people that had that reviewed the wine. You're buying property with him. And then something goes funny with the money. Would you be out here admitting to that? Especially if people are already looking at you sideways like, girl, why are you with this man? He is a dusty. His ex-wife was the money. His ex-wife was the brains of the operation. And you're like, yeah, but, now he has me. Allegedly, and in my opinion, this is what she was probably saying to her friends. Now he has me, and y'all know that I'm a boss, and what he needs by his side is another boss chick to help him level up. And she was helping him to do that. But in my opinion, he took the word disadvantage of her kindness, of her resources, of her network, of her financial standing, And now she's in a particular position where she can't really talk about it because she does not want to look like a fool, in my opinion. I need to add that every time. In my opinion. Hint, hint, in my opinion. Hotel still thinking with his nether region, messing up. Always messing up stuff. Belinda was where he should have stayed, honestly. Based on that lady's resume, that's where he should have stayed. See, not every rich person, y'all, is known, if you know what I mean. Not every person who is out here with like real money and real connections, they're not always household names. There are lots of billionaires out here and we don't know any of their names or faces. The Belinda is a businesswoman. So during the time that he was with Belinda, he was trying to revamp his image. Remember, he was doing the chem ministry, and then he was saying, how, if he could do things over, he would have stayed with the 80%. Or now he realizes that the things that he was complaining about, like he was in a place to us where it seemed like, okay, he was trying to revamp his image. And then all of a sudden he got with Sheree. And then we saw him back with Ariana and he was back on his BS. So to me, it seems like Belinda was helping him to revamp, and he couldn't have just stayed there for like a good 5 years and stayed on whatever path she had him on for at least 5 years. He would be a different man, maybe not a better man, but he would have some money in his pockets because she would have made sure that he would have money in his pockets, in my opinion. Not the house is a funeral home, Miss Linda. Oh my God. Miss Linda, give me your phone. Not a funeral home. That is crazy. Oh my God. A funeral home. Mm-mm. Not the drive up funeral. Miguel doesn't have time. Oh gosh. Miguel doesn't have time for Martel's mess. He know that Demon doesn't have 100K to start a suit line. Exactly. That man told Martel it was gonna take him. It was about 100 to 150,000 to roll out a suit line, and Martel looked concerned. And yet he was still out here acting like the suit line was coming. He posted this May 2023. May 2023, he was still talking about, oh, Miguel Wilson collection and my suit line is coming and he's working and that they're about to drop the name. And we're a year later and there's still no suit line because he didn't have 100K. I mean, we knew this. We knew this when Miguel told him that in the episode. See, Carlos be playing in our faces a lot of the times. Have these people sitting in scenes saying and doing things that he knows they can't afford. Because Carlos knew good and darn well that Martel could not invest in a suit line for real, for real. So we are here a year later and there's no suit line because he can't afford it. He can't afford it. And Miguel knows this now. And as sometimes when you're about your money and when you're about business and you realize that you're surrounding yourself with somebody who is a taker and has no real vision and no ambition, and you gotta take their name off of your sponsorship list. Not Ross says Miguel doesn't want a convicted person on probation representing his brand, and he shouldn't. Miguel says his brand is about Black excellence. Martel is not Black excellence. And that's true too. And that's true too. Uh, as I said, if Martel shows up to the Polo game today and we see pictures and videos of him at the Polo game, then I might have to come and say, well, y'all, he took him off as a sponsor, but I guess he was still invited. Martel is a fraud. I think we're going to be shocked when everything comes to light because, in my opinion, he's worse than Marcel. Mel was covering up for him and paying people he owed after their divorce. Yep, I saw, I think it was Miss Dawn who was speaking on that at one point in time. Hi, Amina. I don't remember if I've seen you in my yard, Amina, but welcome. Sweet Revenge would be Melody modeling in Miguel's celebrity film fashion event. This Martel won't be in it. Too bad Melody is too high class to do it though. Yeah, yeah, and I think Miguel chose the wrong team to begin with. I think people just always feel like, oh, Martel can wear a suit. He can wear a suit. I mean, any man can wear a suit. I never understand why people say that. First of all, the suits that Martel be wearing look 2 sizes too small on him all the time. They don't look nicely fitted. And he's always in some tight shoes with no socks on, looking like he got ashy ankles. So I've never understood this. Oh, he can wear a suit. He can wear a suit. Never made sense to me. Even the people who say Martel is attractive, I'm like, what are y'all looking at? Maybe it's me. After a man has done so many wrong things, I don't care if he was the most handsome man in the world. The behavior alone makes him ugly to me. So maybe that's what it is, because Martel does not look attractive to me. She's still wearing them dusty braces. How long she has how long on average does somebody wear braces? Because I feel like since we have met this girl through Tasha K or Funky Daniva, she's been wearing braces. How long does somebody wear braces for? It's sad Martel would rather be at a homecoming instead of an event that could help. I don't think he had a choice, Tamika. I do not think he had a choice. I think if he had a choice, Ariane would have been at homecoming by herself, and Martel would have been at Miguel's event, rubbing shoulders with and taking pictures with the high society people of Atlanta and some of the celebrities that were in attendance. I know y'all are lying. I want to let me research again. We gonna go to the Google. How long does somebody wear braces for? Because it's not making sense. I feel like we have seen this girl in braces since she came out, since she made herself known. How long does wear braces for? Does someone wear braces for? Okay. Google says Google says children and teenagers 1 to 3 years old average 2 years. Adults 1 to 2 years if it's traditional metal braces. Ceramic braces, ceramic braces 1 to 2 years or on average 18 months. Clear aligners like Invisalign 6 to 24 months, average 12 to 18 months. Phases of treatment: initial alignment 2 to 6 months, intermediate correction 6 to 12 months, final refinement 3 to 6 months. Okay. I feel like Coleslaw been in braces for 3 years. Does someone wear braces for 3 years? Can someone can someone wear braces for 3 years? Cause baby, that's a mess. So on average, an adult is supposed to wear braces for between 12 to 18 months or 6 to 12 months on average. Okay? Um, let's see. Oh, well, according to Google, it's common for someone to wear braces for 3 years or more, depending on the complexity of their orthodontic issues. Reasons for longer treatment: severe crowding or spacing, complex bite issues such as overbite or underbite. That reminds me of Mariah Huck. Over, over yonder bite. I remember her saying that. Jaw alignment problems, multiple phases of treatment, slow tooth movement, patient growth and development. Well, that's for children. Additional procedures such as extractions or jaw surgeries. Does she have any of that? All right, this is a breakdown of a 3-year treatment. Year 1, initial alignment and correction. Year 2, intermediate correction and refinement. Year 3, final refinement and detailing. The child. I don't feel like this girl had any jaw surgeries or or jaw realignment surgeries or any of that. So why would she still be wearing a braces at a 3-year mark? You can't understand crazy, so I'm not even gonna try to understand it. Ooh, who popped in? Let me know. Cause I had to stop. I was watching Chef's Live. Um, I was watching Chef's Live this morning and then boom, it was 6:25 and I had to go live. As soon as I'm done with my live, I'm gonna go back to finish watching Chef Don Don's live because it was a kiki in there, child, as I as I was listening. Um oh, okay. Not the ruffled pampers. You know who, y'all, Glam Rocks posted a side by side of Orion's skirt and some ruffled pampers, and the scream I screamed when I saw the side by side. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Not her daughter's skirt. Y'all are a mess. Give me y'all's phones. Coleslaw is too happy to post a pic with her baby's pappy, who's still stalking, obsessed, and begging his ex-wife back 3.5 years. I mean, is this the last laugh that she was talking about? Like he called her up and said, "Hey, Miguel took me on, removed me as a sponsor from the Polo Classic event. So you want us to go to homecoming together?" Is that what happened? And then she came out feeling herself like, "Oh, I know the last laugh. Hate to see me coming." Like, what? Was this what we were talking about? Because this photo right here is a mess. It looked cheap. It looked low budget. It looks so low budget. And that same LV purse that she has in every single picture. I mean, was that the only name brand purse that Martel bought her while he was spending Melody's money? Because that's what it looks like. Every single picture I've seen of this girl, eh, she's had that same purse. Oh, somebody asked Miguel about that after the conviction, and he still didn't care. These people never do right. And I think a lot of people feel like they're popular enough where they can get away with doing certain things and not be canceled. Because in terms of like um tailors in Atlanta, when it comes to suits and stuff like that, Miguel to me is the biggest name. So maybe he just feels like, I'm Miguel Wilson, all the celebrities wear my suits, I can do whatever. I don't have to care about, a lot of them say, oh, it's a phone charge. And I think that's the mentality that a lot of people have. They feel like, oh, it's not serious, so I don't have to take a stance. But it is serious. What he did was a crime. So they should all take a stance. Because he had Martell there for 2 years straight. Well, for whatever reason, after that, the money was funny. And he said, you're out. That's what I just talked about, Miss Cece. uh, it was all good when he was paying the sponsorship money. Yep, it was all good. A few weeks ago, he was posting Martell from August. From August, he was adding Martell as a sponsor in all the posts. And then boop, we get to October 1st and Martell's gone. Martell is gone. He has been removed. Martell didn't have the pay to play money Miguel requires. Not the pay to play money, child. What in the world did Tell do with all the money he allegedly stole? 17K. Well, we know that's not allegedly. He did take the 17K from Mel's account, 60K plus, 200K plus. And then didn't he sell his mama's house? What he did with his mama's money from her house? And why did he sell his mama's house? Like, what was the reason? They couldn't pay the mortgage. Like, I like to know, answers to questions like that, because I'm thinking, if your mom straight up owned that house, then would you not want to keep it in the family? Renovate it? You're a whole builder. Why not renovate it or something? Were they that, in need of cash that he had take his mama's house from her? I want to know why they sold that lady's house. If anybody knows, let me know. You think he's Because right after they sold that lady's house, they were out and about. Remember, they were down to the H&M talking about their shopping for the M&M kids, and they were in the casino. And now he's down bad again. So you got some money, and instead of maybe talking to a financial advisor, like if I got my hands right now on 17K, 60K, 200K, the first thing I'm going to do is try to get in touch with a financial advisor to see how I could turn 200K into 400. How can I turn 60K into two? I mean, there are people out here who are making so much money day trading and stuff. And outside of day trading, I mean, $200,000 in Alabama could give him a nice rental property that he could be making some money on right now. Maybe not in a wealthy area, but And once again, he's a contractor. If I was in his shoes, I would go talk to the city, see if I could get a permit to to build some multi-unit apartments. But that's just me. That's just me. I think we should be expecting maybe. I'm telling y'all, something's funny with his money. Something's funny with his money. That house that he now owns, two other people also own that house. So that house has three owners. We don't know what his percentage is in that house. For all we know, he sells that house and all he gets is $10,000, maybe even less. But if he really needs $10,000, then guess what? He's going to take it. But how do you go from owning something to now being a part owner in it? I'm still confused as to why that house now has three owners. I'm still confused. I was thinking that too. That Soderholm. I remember hearing something about regarding that property. I don't remember the specifics. Yeah, I don't know the specifics on that either. I think he's going to lose that appeal. At least I hope he does. He can't. He can't do anything. He can't do better than coleslaw at this point in his life. He can't, because every woman who he has been with since Melody, who essentially, and I'm talking about these other women, they were all several steps up from a coleslaw. We can say what we want about Sheree. We know she can't run a business to save her life. That's clear. But obviously Sheree is making money somewhere. She's making money somewhere. We don't know what her investment portfolio looked like. But Sheree was definitely a step up from coleslaw. Not a step up from Melody, but definitely a step up from coleslaw financially. And Belinda was definitely a step up from both coleslaw and Sheree in terms of business, in terms of access to finances. But he fumbled Melody, and we know what Melody got going on. He fumbled Belinda, and he fumbled Sheree, and he is still stuck with the brokey. That man does not want better for himself. That is abundantly clear. That's abundantly clear. Hi, Miss T Talk with your girl. How are you? Thanks for stopping by the yard. Appreciate it. Well, what I'm saying is, I don't know if he got permission or not to go to Atlanta. If he got permission, then I don't think he's gonna get in trouble, because he was very like public being out there in Atlanta with Ralph. So let's see. I mean, we wouldn't mind if he got in trouble. Is that me wishing bad for him? Because that would help out a lot. That would help out a lot. If his probation officer said, wait a minute, you were in Atlanta? How comes I didn't know about this? Well, you need to be down to the jail cell for 6 months. That would definitely help with that custody case now, wouldn't it? I'm just saying. Hi, Cricket 2022. Well, I was about to say 2022. Cricket 22. I think it was. I think the court date is around my birthday or something. So my birthday is the 17th. Shout out to all the Libra gangs up in here. Right? Melody made him look good in every way. She made him look good in the way he dressed. She made him look more intelligent than he actually was. And she also made him seem like an astute businessman. And now we know that he was not that either. And now this is how he looks. This is how he looks next to coleslaw. Ashy. His head look ashy. His face look ashy. His lip look ashy. Her legs them look ashy. Everything just look ashy in that picture. Just ashy. He went from rubbing shoulders with celebrities during homecoming weekend to being hugged up with coleslaw. He went from looking like he was making money or actually networking at Miguel's event to being a brokey at Alabama's homecoming event. Isn't that sad? Like, is he actually looking at the trajectory of his life? Instead of bothering Melody, he needs to be on somebody's couch assessing where his life is. Because it's in the dumpster. It's in the dumpster. Ain't she his number one fan? She is always so happy to be hugged up with this man. She is happy every time he publicly acknowledges her. She does not want better for herself, which is why I don't mind when people are out here dragging her because she wants to be dragged. Girl could have been making money as a whole registered nurse right now. But she was out here being depressed, having to hide because she thought that if she came out and made the world know that she is the woman that this married man was messing around with, that she was going to end up on that show. She thought she was going to end up on that show and she was going to get some fame from it. And she was going to be like these influencer girls out here, the Jadas and the Aries and all those girls out here. And it just didn't work out for her. And she hasn't been able to bounce back. Like, what does she do for a living right now? She was a CNA down to one of the hospitals, and then the people realized that she was a home wrecker, and she had to run. And she wants to front like life is just so amazingly good with this man. And we can see that it's not. It's impossible for it to be as good as she wants us to think it is when he's not making money, when he's out here antagonizing his ex-wife. I would be so embarrassed to be out here hugged up with him after he just filed a whole motion, being upset about some phantom dude that he doesn't know, a face, he can't put a face or a name to whoever Melody was talking about. But he was big mad that somebody was rubbing Melody's feet. He's out here fishing, 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 trying to figure out who Melody is dating. And he thought that if he filed that motion, then she would probably have to disclose the name of the person she's dating and how many times that person has been at the house. And the judge says, well, get out of here with that. And we're striking this from the record because get away from us with this foolishness. I'll be too embarrassed that the man that I have chased for 10 years plus is still very much obsessed with his wife. I feel like if Martel could, he would pull a Kevin Hunter and tell the courts that he wants them to dismiss the whole divorce. Who knows? Maybe that's what he's going to do next. Maybe that's what he's going to do next. We all know that Coleslaw is not Martell's woman. She is his baby mom. Nothing. She is his babysitter, mother of his child, babysitter, and his good time girl when he can't find nobody else. I was gonna say another word, but we just use good time girl for right now. They said Martel pulled out mostly. He pulled out or Miguel pulled him out. Which one was it? A's okay. Because I feel and he probably did pull out because he realized he didn't have the money. Maybe that is the truth. Oh my god. Hi, Olaf. I've never seen you in the yard. Welcome. It's the ruffled skirt. I don't think pay enough attention to the fact that Martel pays nothing for those kids. Nothing. He's a bum. Well, Miss Cece, I don't know what he pays or doesn't pay, but but I'm with you. I don't feel like he pays anything. But I still gotta say, I don't know. Just to be safe on the legal side of things. Pamela Queen, hi. Welcome to the yard. Look at Coleslaw and the look. Melanie, no comparison. It's the hair for me. It's the hair for me. Oh my god. You're right, sis. I've said it several times that Mel needs to put more pressure on her mom and press for focus. She's the one paying for all the children's expenses. And again, I don't know what he's paying for, but I agree with y'all that I feel like he's signing them up for a whole bunch of stuff that he can't afford. And of course, Melody's a great mom. She wants her kids, if they want to do things and she wants them to have these experiences, I'm sure she's gonna fund everything her kids want to do. You think so? Bliss, startup funds may have been paid by the couple, in my opinion. That could be the case. That could be the case. I need to listen to Miss Pinky's Pinky the Housewife's video again to see if she said the name of the couple that's suing him, because I want to see if it adds up to the name of the couple that's on that house. Because breadcrumbs be dropping all over the place. Puzzle pieces are dropped all over the place, and sometimes you gotta find the little pieces and put it all together. Which is why I was asking if anybody knows Fred's last name, because that's going to add another piece to the puzzle that I'm putting together right now. I believe the plan was to get Belinda to build a house, but when she pulled out, he tricked that couple into investing. That could be what happened too. But I'm going to continue to say, based on some information that I have, something is funny. Something is funny with his money. Let me put Miss Belinda back up there. Let me put Miss Belinda back up there. And again, this screenshot is from a document that I received. Holt Media Group. Ooh, I gotta loop it, y'all. My bad. Holt Media Group and Belinda bought a property. Together in February 2022. Belinda, who most of you know as Sanders, did not use Belinda Sanders to purchase this property with Holt Media Group. Early 2023, that property was no longer owned by Belinda, who used another last name to purchase the property with Holt Media Group LLC. That property became, Martell became the sole owner of that property in early 2023, around the same time that he and Belinda were no longer hanging around each other. And now we fast forward to 2024, Martel Holt and two other people are now the owners of this very property. Something sounds scammy, something sounds funny with the money. That property was put on the market and it was taken off the market. Will they put it back on the market? I don't know. Who took it off the market? Was it the couple or was it Martel? Was it taken off the market because something was funny with the money? Something's going wrong with the partnership? Nobody can decide on what the split is supposed to be. So many questions. So many questions that need to be answered, y'all. So many questions that need to be answered. And then with those receipts that Miss Pinky dropped, child, Martel needs help. Oh my God, where am I in the comments? I am so behind, y'all. I'm so sorry. Let me read through. I didn't realize I had so many comments. Thanks to everybody who's been watching. Please remember to like the video and share the link. Let me continue to read. Let me read through faster. I sincerely apologize. He needs to marry the peasant. She is his equal and can't do better than that. He's not going to marry her. He's not going to marry her. Martel doesn't want somebody who, and he said this in the Tasha K interview. He don't want somebody that he has to take care of. He wants somebody to take care of him. He literally said that in the Tasha K interview. So yeah, he's not marrying her because she can't take care of him. She can't take care of him. Hi, Martha. Welcome to the yard. This got the bird, the bird he wanted. Why you still messing with Mel? She don't want you, man. It's been 4 years going on 5. Leave this lady alone. You can be with the bird, and Mel does not care anymore. I agree. What she wants is to be left alone with her babies. And what Martel needs to do is go figure out how to pay these people, Venus shippers. He needs to figure out how to pay them so that he can start selling the wine again. That's what he needs to go do. He seems like he has some big snappers that he needs to be frying right now so that he can get his money up, so that he can also be in the position where he can give his kids the lifestyle that they also have with their mom. No, he's more compatible with low class peasants because he only wants to use women like a Sheree and a Belinda. That's all he wants. And Ariane is ready to take him back every time he comes back. It was Masika from Love and Hip Hop LA who once said I have high heels. What I have heels higher than your self-confidence. And she said that to Azel E. And somebody needs to say that to Coleslaw. Audrey said Belinda found out Martel did not have the money he portrayed. Also, no one is putting up with Coleslaw as an add-on. I think she knew. Information that I have tells me that she knew that he did not have the money. I think that she felt like, there's always women who will walk in a situation and feel like, I can change him. He can be for me what he was not for anyone else. And they will fund this man's entire life thinking that they can pay for love and that they can pay a man to change. And I think she found out eventually that Martel was just using her for her money. And I don't think she's ever going to publicly say that she was scammed by him, allegedly, and in my opinion. I don't think she's ever going to say that out loud. because she's a smart woman, she's an educated woman, and she has several businesses. She has the money. And I've said it before. She's a woman of a particular age, beautiful. I bet y'all would not have known that she's in her 50s. She is stunning and she is smart. Several established businesses under her belt. She is never going to come out here and tell us that she was scammed by him. I promise you that. And again, it's my opinion. Not saying that any of this is the fact, but I'm just saying that let's say she was indeed scammed by him. She's never going to admit that. She does not want to look like a fool in front of all these people who know her to be smarter than that. I'm telling y'all, a very smart woman. A very smart woman. But something went wrong when she got herself trying to back Martel. Something went wrong there. Hi, Indigo girl. How could a man who added all and threw it away for nothing recognize anything good? He is operated at his natural level, just where he belongs. Yeah. Martel is slowly fading into the background. Looking at him now, he would never be a person that Mel would be interested in. Now, she is so far ahead of him. She was always ahead of him. Always. But now she's even further. And she's never going back there ever. Ever. And he hates that. He knows there's never ever a chance that she would ever look at him with the same eyes that she looked at him when they first met. And all those times that she gave him chance after chance after chance, oh, that's done with. I just saw Belinda is listed as a cast member for 2 episodes. For what? For Love and Marriage Huntsville? That's interesting. Is she coming on to blast him? That would be interesting. Or was this shot during the time when they were still cool? He was supposed to be with Miguel this weekend, but something went wrong with that too, in my opinion. Mm. Thank you, Audrey. He is not attractive. All these women are like, oh my God, he's trash, but he looks good. No, he is trash and he looks like trash. Like, let's be clear. Oh, he can wear a suit. The suits are tight. He cannot breathe. I see. You know who can wear a suit? You know who can wear a suit? Jamie Tyler can wear a suit. That man's suit is never too tight and never too loose. And we all know that Miguel is where Jamie Tyler gets his suit from. Now, I have my thoughts and opinions about Mr. Jamie Tyler, but in the reality TV world, Jamie can wear a suit. Not Martel. Martel does not have that title. In the Love and Marriage world, Martel is not the one that holds that title. I wore braces 4 years the first time. What happened? Why did you have to wear it for 4 years? See, now you validated. Too, why you gotta validate Coleslaw's foolishness? We wanted to clown her for being in braces for 4 years, but now we can't. Now we can't. My husbands and sons can wear suits too. They are dashing. Even better, they are wonderful men. Marcel can wear a suit is such a right. Thank you, Miss Cece. Thank you. I don't understand why people always say that. Oh, he's trash, but he's attractive. Oh, he's trash, but he can wear a suit. Can y'all stop? Because I don't see it. I do not see it. Hi, Black women are in the building. How are you? Homecoming is the place to be seen, in my opinion. But was he seen? Does anybody else have pictures of him outside of Coleslaw who was fangirling? Who else has a picture of him? Did anybody care? I don't think anybody cared. I don't think they went to homecoming together. They went separate and ran into Eid. Because that's what the picture looked like. The picture looked like Martel ran into a fan. And the fan said, Martel, let's take a picture together. That's what the picture looks like. That's what it looks like to me. Martel has nothing left. Going with his reliable bird is a feeble attempt to get at Miles. Miles busy with bags. I don't even think that it's so much getting at her. I think this is the only way that he can get himself in the news cycle about something other than that case. Because the only other way he would have been in the news cycle was if he was at Miguel's event, right? When he went in 2022 and he went last year, he had all these write-ups. He was in Atlanta Inquirer, he was in Hype magazine, he was in Upscale magazine, he was in all these different, ATL blogs. All these people on TikTok were talking about him, especially when he was there with Sheree. People were posting about him all weekend long during Miguel's event. Because remember, Alabama's homecoming was around the same time too. And he wasn't there. But he's there this year because for whatever reason, whether it be his conviction or because he didn't have the money to be a sponsor for Miguel's event, he had to be at Alabama's homecoming. Because let's say he could have called up his probation officer and said, hey, there's an event, da 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 da, I'm a celebrity, I'm on this show, this is how I make money, can I go? And they would have probably given him the okay to go, right? Because it's just Atlanta. Even if he couldn't sponsor the event, what was stopping him from going? Or being a model this year? Or is it that you can only model if you're a sponsor? Because then that would make sense. So for whatever reason, he missed out on a great opportunity to network. In my opinion, Martell doesn't look good in those tight, cheap looking suits. My hubby has to wear quality suits all the time because of his job with high value clients. So I'm speaking from experience, and I believe you, Nanny, of the Maroons. I believe you. Some of Miguel's suits are like really, really nice, but I feel like he gives Martell like the most inexpensive ones. That's what it looks like. In the picture for where is it? In this picture, his jacket looks like an apron to me. That blue jacket that he has on in the promo pic for Love and Marriage Huntsville, it looks like a whole apron that those chefs in those 5-star restaurants might wear. That's what it looks like to me. See, I removed the comment and now I don't know where I was. Hi, drop the mic. Thanks for being in my yard. That's what I call my comment section. That's what I call my chat. Dude, I know yours was the last comment I saw. Okay, there it is. Women with low self-esteem who believes that they can't get a man would definitely find that boy attractive. Listen, there are too many women. When you go to his Instagram, there are too many women who think that he is attractive. When he posted this video last year, there were some women in the comment section talking about, oh, Mel is eating her heart out because Martell looks so good in a suit and she's gonna be jealous because you're out here doing your thing. And I was like, what? Melody does not care. Does not care. It's the silly things like that that I see women saying when it comes to Martell that makes me feel like, wow, the standards are really in hell when it comes to how women see men, or especially a man that has been out here doing so many wrong things. It's how some women can still hold him in such high regard that really baffles me. Do you have to pay to take your braces off, y'all? I don't know. Can somebody tell me? Do you have to pay to take the braces off? And if you can't pay to take them off, then you just have to stay in them until you can pay to get them off. Is that a thing? Ah, Audrey Clark, I cannot read that. And I need your phone, ma'am. I'm taking it away. Oh my God. That girl ain't got no ambition or aspiration to do anything but be with Hotel. She wants to be an influencer. I think that's what she wants. Follow me, Black TV. Hi. I think she wants to be an influencer. I think she wants to own her boutique and be live on TikTok like she sees Mel and Stormy and a lot of these other girlies on TikTok doing it. But I don't know, she lacks common sense. Or I think she felt like all the people that were following her on Instagram, I think she truly felt like, oh, what, 20 something thousand people were actually fans and people who are going to spend money with her. Because ain't no way I'm going to have 17,000 plus followers and not capitalize on that. I got 2,000 something subscribers and I'm here trying to get my business ready so that I can, come to y'all with something and say, guys, thank you for supporting my videos, but I have my business now and I hope that y'all can support that too. And she has all of that quote unquote followers over there. And I've never seen anybody post up about Ari's boutique except for that one lady. Except for that one lady who's only doing it to troll Mel, and Melody does not care. And honestly, as content creators, I was one of those content creators who care to talk about her, but I would be up in the chats before I, became a YouTuber. I would be in the chats sometimes, kikiing and laughing as the content creators were dragging her. But I'm like, girl, there are so many people over here on YouTube making dollars talking about you. Instead of being on Instagram talking for free, you should have been on YouTube talking. Turn that 17,000 followers. I don't know how many followers she has now, but turn that 17,000 followers or however much you have into 3,000 subscribers over here on YouTube and talk to them and make your money every day doing that. You want to drop some tea on some of the people on the cast? Take it behind a paywall. There are a lot of people who would have paid for it. but she lacks ambition, as somebody just said, which is why she was never able to capitalize on anything that she's put out. He's like, oh, I have my YouTube channel, Tea with Aria, whatever it was called, and she has done nothing with it. That's heights of laziness. Heights of laziness. She even fixed her mouth to say that, oh, Melody stole the makeup ideas from her. She was gonna do makeup first. She's all about that. So why are you not doing makeup right now? Why are you not doing makeup? When Melody got that Posner deal. That girl is lazy. And she feels like everything Melody has came to Melody easy. That's why she wanted Melody's life, because she really thought Martel was the one that was funding Melody's life. Only to find out now that it wasn't Broketel doing the work. It was always Melody. Now she's stuck. I have done seductive orchid. Give me your phone too. Now how many phones do I have in my possession? Now she stole the baby's skirt. Child. Right. And that's why Miguel said, you got to get the heck out of here, up out of here, because you cannot sponsor anything. Hi, drop the mic. Oh my God. I don't understand it either, my dear. His body has his head shape weird, and you can tell he's short. You can tell he's short. Someone harder, taller. I think they saw through Martel finally. I'm sure Martel had a deadline to pay and did not come through. I think the Fletchers are going to be at that event. And Chris Fletcher can wear a suit too. How did I forget about Chris? So in the Love and Marriage Huntsville, in the Love and Marriage franchise sector, you got Chris Fletcher and you got Jamie Tyler. They can wear a suit. I don't know what these people talking about when they say Martel's name in the mix of that. He couldn't afford to pay for it. I'll cut him off. Hi TNTG mom. I toot girl. I have how much it was all sold for. I can't. I need some things confirmed before I can say other things. I told y'all I reached out to the one person who could confirm some things for me, and I'm hopeful that she might, answer my questions. But the documentation shows how much it was purchased for when he and Belinda bought it and how much he sold. See, there's a lot of just, again, scammy looking things that's happening when it comes to this property. That's all I'm going to say. Hotel is not used to money, so it went to his head quickly. In addition, he doesn't have the millionaire mindset. Just look at how he has lost whom he has lost his family for. Yep. Money goes through his hands like water. Martel is one of those people who probably knows how to hustle a little bit. Like if he's hungry, he probably knows how to hustle to get some food, but he doesn't know how to be an entrepreneur. Does that make sense, y'all? If he's hungry, he knows how and where he can go to get some food. But in terms of really building a business from the ground up, something sustainable that's going to create wealth for him now and generational wealth for his children, he does not know how to do that. He never had that range clearly, and he's never going to. Plus, he's not surrounding himself with the type of people who are going to help him to do that. Fred told him, go get your builder's license. Fred said, you can use mine, obviously, right now, but it would be in your best interest to still go and take the test so that when you're ready to expand, you don't always got to come to me to pull permits for you. Why did that not register? Why did that not register immediately for him? I don't think he and Fred are in business anymore right now either, based on documents that I saw. And I can't confirm that until I might have to go and do my own digging um to see what Fred's last name is. Because if that's the case, that LLC is now inactive. So if he owned that LLC with Fred, and that's the one that I was looking at the other day in the document somebody sent me, then yeah, him and Fred aren't in business anymore. Kendi said that Chell was tricking hard in ATL and he ruined his reputation with those who may have dealt with him. Yeah, because he wanted to be scammy. He wanted to have some fake relationships so that he can make the blogs, and the only person that took the bait was Sheree. How sad for Sheree. How dreadful. She did not even did she graduate? Didn't she say that she graduated with a bachelor's in like biology or something like that? And then she went back to get a nursing degree. I don't even know if that's even a thing, but that's what she said in the Tasha K interview. I think there is 3 owners because they put money up front for the build. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. But there's still a matter of percentages. You know, who owns the most in that property? And when it's sold, who's going to walk away with the most money? Which would be sad if he started off owning that property free and clear, and then he walks away with the least amount of money. Again, would show that he is not a good businessman. And he has sealed his fate, because just like in The Color Purple, and nothing about to go right for him until he does right by Melody. And that's some real talk. That's some real talk. Yeah, Indigo Girl, Coleslaw is his good time girl, in my opinion. And Martel called her the help too, which is why I don't understand why this girl is always so giddy in pictures with him. He told Tasha K she got responsibilities. We're getting to know each other. Sir, you've been frolicking around with this girl for how many years? And y'all have a baby together? And you're sitting around talking about y'all are getting to know each other? Y'all should know each other. And she has responsibilities, not I love her. You know, it's sad how things came to be, but she's the person I want to be with. No, we're getting to know each other. She has responsibilities. Sounds like the help to me. Sounds like the help to She's the only person that makes him feel like a man, because she got nothing going on for her. Hmm. I took trash and tried to turn it into treasure and for a good while he was shining like treasure until she couldn't cover him with her light anymore. Who talked about covering? John Gray. Remember how he was talking about her Aventur? That's his wife's name. when he was out here and it was being exposed that he was cheating, he's talking about how his wife is his covering and blah blah blah, which was a mess. But yeah, Melody was Martel's covering. She is a diamond, a rare find, and she was shimmering. The light was on her at all times. And because she was next to him, people didn't realize how dull he was. People didn't realize how dark his soul was. Because her light was always next to him, shining so bright that it seemed like he was shining bright too. And the minute she stepped away from him and he had to stand on his own 2 feet, he had to stand in his own light, people realized, God dang, this man is dark. And in Jamaica, dark means dumb, fool, idiot. That's what dark means. And people are realizing that now. Martel doesn't know how to manage money. In our opinion, he relied on Mel to take care of him. Now he's a grown man with no skills, no money, and uncertain future, trying to care for himself, AC, and their son. Because we know who's taking care of them 4-piece nuggets, child. And sending Instacart and everything when they're at their daddy's, wherever he is. Yep. Exactly, Brenda. Exactly. Because let's be clear, if he was with Melody, we would not be seeing this on the website for his wine. No way. We have never gone to 7th Avenue beauty.net or .com, which is it, and seen that pop up ever, because Melody pays her bills. You think so, Kay Hayes? He actually looks more comfortable next to Coleslaw. That's the type of woman he should have been with. Mel was always out of his league, but she was young and didn't know it at the time. Well, she knows now. She definitely knows now. Not lead poisoning. Oh my God. Martel feels better than Coleslaw. That's why he's comfortable with her. But that's his equal. Yep. Wasn't that a mess when he said that, Roz? That Coleslaw's the whole restaurant? Like, how? Like, how? And then Martel went and did the chem ministry panel, and basically said that she was nothing. Like, how do you so easily bounce back from a man calling you a whole peasant, calling you 20%, saying that he wished that he had stayed with his AT. Like, how do you bounce back from that? It has to be low self-esteem. It's the only way. Hi, Catherine. Welcome to the yard. That was Melody's whole Christmas video he literally made into a court filing. Remember, the guy was rubbing her feet in the video, and then you heard. That's heights of delulu-ness. That is heights of delulu-ness, to watch a video or even to watch her Instagram, her TikTok live, where she even said it in the TikTok live that she was watching a movie with somebody and she fell asleep, and the movie was, a few, an hour or whatever long. And when she woke up, the person was still rubbing her feet. She said that in the TikTok live. And he took that too and ran with it. And you know what I think he also ran with? Because if y'all remember during the TikTok live, Tank had Melody's phone and she asked him to pass her phone. And she was like, were you playing games on it? And I think what he did was, in his Delulu mind, he said, well, I'm going to use that moment from the TikTok live to create this narrative that there were text messages in the phone that the kids saw. I think that's what he did. Oops. Hi, Queen Common Sense. She's not. She is older than me. Or maybe we're the same age. Because I'm 34 on Thursday. So I think Coleslaw is probably my age or a year younger, which is why I know half the stuff that she said about being young and dumb and all of that is some BS. It's some BS. Because I would never. The karma of it all, I could never. She, you think that's why she keeps sweeping her hair in front of her face? Oh, it's Ackling? Okay. All right, so then not the same person then. So not the same person, if that's his last name. Right? Follow me, Black TV. You are picking up what I've been putting down all morning. Something funny with the money. I hope y'all are seeing what Follow Me Black TV. I'm gonna keep her comment up for a second. That's what I'm saying. Something is funny with the money. Something scammy been going on. From the first purchase in 2022. Let me put that information back up there. And for those of you who are just coming in, I had to hide Belinda's last name because the last name that she used to purchase this property with Martel is not Sanders. Okay? And Martel didn't purchase this property under his name. He purchased it under Holt Media Group alongside Belinda. And then less than a year later, he was the only owner of that property. And the property was no longer owned by Holt Media Group LLC or Belinda. It was now owned by Martel Holt. And then less than a year later, that property is now owned by Martel Holt and two other people. Something scammy, in my opinion, is going on. Now, I could be wrong. This is all speculation. But something fishy going on. So, and I think with this lawsuit that Miss Pinky released the other day, I think that is a piece of the puzzle, and I think that we're going to continue to hear of Martel being sued for things related to his quote unquote construction business and real estate business. We will come back to this video when more information drops. He's probably in a rent to own arrangement with the other two owners of the property. I don't know what it is, but something is going on there. I'm gonna have to go down to the bottom now, y'all. because we're at 2 hours and 20 minutes. I think the truth will be uncovered about that property in court documents pretty soon. Me too, Seductive Orchid. Me too. I think that's exactly what's going to happen. Not 20. He said 15%. And he said 15%. I thought he said 80-20. Dang, so I was giving her more than he even gave her. God dang. And she is still there. No shame. She not have no shame at all. I would be too embarrassed to be hugged up next to a man that one called me a peasant on national TV, and then he went on Strawberry Letter, he went on Steve Harvey. He was so disgusted when Dr. Heavenly said, "Is she your fiance? Why are you marrying her?" He was like, "No." He was so disgusted by that question. I would be too embarrassed to have people know that I was still by this man's side after how many times he has told the world that he is disgusted with me. Ladies, at some point, we have to have some shame, and it clear that Ariane got none. When I was growing up in school in Jamaica, when somebody embarrasses you and you act like it wasn't an embarrassing situation, we would say your shame tree dead. Orion's shame tree definitely dead and shriveled up. It has to be dead. Oh my God. Creating so many frivolous LLCs in that short period. Another person picking up what I'm putting down. As I told y'all, I have these documents. I just can't say a lot because certain things have not been confirmed. But I told y'all earlier in this live that he has created about 20, and I'm not even exaggerating, y'all. I counted about 20 different LLCs between 2021, because remember, Melody dissolved a lot of their businesses. And guess what, y'all? Miss Pinky, I need y'all to go over to Miss Pinky's. I keep calling her Miss Pinky because, she's, I consider her an elder in the most respectful way. But Pinky the housewife, but y'all gonna hear me call her Miss Pinky, okay? It's like you'll hear me say Miss Black Titanic, you'll hear me say Miss T Talk with your girl, Miss CC, Miss Linda Gamble. It's just how my brain is set up based on my culture. Okay. But anyways, so if y'all go over to Miss Pinky's page and listen to her read that document, she's going to mention Holt and Holt Customs or something like that. Custom Homes LLC. Now, that company was dissolved. Let me say that again. That company was dissolved. Based on the dates that Miss Pinky read from that lawsuit filing, there's no way Martel should have been using Holt and Holt to do any business. And I'm just going to leave that there. That LLC been inactive. Hope y'all are picking up what I'm putting down, okay? It's been inactive. So how he was using that LLC to do any business with anybody, how he was using that LLC to build homes for anybody is beyond me. And I'm trying to find out how them people didn't go do their checks, because it's an easy one too to go onto the Secretary of State's website in Alabama to see whether or not an LLC is inactive. It's a very simple thing. But I think he lured people in with his celebrity status being on this show. And people are out here thinking that there is no way that somebody on TV can scam me, allegedly. I think that's what those people thought. So they didn't do their due diligence. They didn't. Because documentation shows that when Melody said dissolved, when she said dissolved, Holt and Holt Customs Homes was no more. It's been inactive since. So, between 2021 to 2024, there has been about 20. And I see why he loves talking about 20 something babysitters. Because when I counted between 2021 to 2024, there is about 20 LLCs that has been filed under Martel Holt's name. He even got his mama tied up in two of them LLCs. His mama. Now, a couple of them since been inactive because you have to pay your fees. And if you don't pay your fees, then your LLC don't exist anymore. But it's still some crazy work that he's just out here just establishing LLCs just because. Because we ain't seen him do a thing with any of these LLCs. I'm just saying. Please remember that Coleslaw repeatedly said that she and Hotel did some things. She sure did, that they should be in jail for. And this isn't allegedly. This girl was chatting a whole lot on those Instagram lives. Next thing you know, she signed as though she was Mel for. I'm so happy that y'all are picking up some things that I'm trying to say that I really can't say, but y'all are picking it up. How is he doing business under Holt and Holt Custom Homes that he owned with his now ex-wife? How was he doing business under that company name when it was dissolved? Who was signing documents as the co-owner in said business? I can see her slow ass doing that allegedly. I mean, she was gonna drop the tape. She was gonna drop the tape. I mean, to have to think about it tells me that she wanted to do it. And maybe it was definitely Carson that made her think, okay, I better not. Because she probably didn't think that, wait, they could figure out that I'm the one that posted it. Because she's slow. You know, there's a lot of people that don't know how the cyberspace actually works. They don't understand digital footprint. They don't understand any of that. They feel like, okay, if I posted something 10 years ago and I deleted, it no longer exists and nobody can find it. Put the job in the hands of somebody tech savvy who is trained in the field. They're going to pull up everything that you've ever posted. They don't care if MySpace doesn't exist. They don't care if Tagged doesn't exist anymore. They're going to find you. Every single place that you have walked online and left a trail, they're going to find you. Some people don't understand IP address and all these things. So she probably thought, well, if I create a fake page and I post it, nobody's going to know that it's me. But Carson told her, girl, they're going to find out and he's going to throw you under the bus. And he did still throw her under the bus in the Tasha K interview, if y'all recall. Oh, Orion went into my phone, I guess. He was already setting it up, or is already setting it up. And the poor girls want to be out here hugged up with him. Yeah. They must not be, Miss D. They must not be. Holt and Holt Custom Homes was dissolved during the divorce. So if he's using that name, he's yes, absolutely. And and somebody is suing him right now. I'm sure Mel heard about what he was doing and changed her name. Yep. I don't think he's above talking about, oh, Melody Holt, right? Yeah. And trying to make it seem like they're still doing business together. I don't think he was above doing that. This is a man that was arrested for robbing from a whole ATM, and that's not allegedly. It's in him. And even though she may have deleted posts for court purposes, those posts can be found. Exactly. No, Holt and Holt is mentioned in that lawsuit that Miss Pinky read. Holt and Holt Customs. And when I heard that, it set off all the alarm bells in my mind because I already received the documents that listed all of the LLCs that he has established and all the ones that have been dissolved. And the ones that are no longer active include Holt and Holt Capital Group, Holt and Holt Media, and Holt and Holt Custom Homes. I'm just saying. Those are the ones, some of the ones that are inactive. Majority of the ones that say Holt and Holt are inactive. And that makes sense because the other party's name on those LLCs was Melody's or is Melody's. I'm going to just leave that there. Let me pause so that can register. Right, Denise? We go put a miss in front of it. Like once I've seen you in these YouTube streets enough to know that you're of a particular age, I'm going to put miss in front of your name. I'm gonna do that. Martel couldn't stay with Belinda. She left him because and poor Belinda can't come out here and really blast it the way that she probably wants to. Let me go up, y'all. I need to get off of here. Not the moisture just gone, Hershey 85. Oh my God. They look so ashy in the pictures. And I'm like, wasn't it hot? Wasn't it hot in Alabama? Why was he in a long sleeve sweatsuit? Just like in one of the scenes, he was in a shorts. He was in some board shorts, or whatever you call those, some church shoes, and a sweater. I was like, what is the weather? What is the weather in Alabama? Wait a minute. What? What did I miss? She has 75K Instagram followers And she not making $75,000. She should at the least, if half of those aren't bots, okay, let's say of that 75K, let's say 10,000 are real. And probably that is too generous, but let's just say 10,000 of those followers are real. At least 5,000 of them should actually be supporting her store. And that should still be a good little bit of money every month if you got 5,000 people shopping once a month, twice a month. So it's giving bots. Because I know you can buy bots for as little as $100. Because there's no way you have 75K Instagram followers and you're not utilizing that to make any kind of money. No brand deals, no nothing. That's crazy. That is crazy. You say you don't think I don't think she graduated either. I mean, with a degree, if you have a degree in biology, you can teach. Let me see what's the requirement in let me see, what can you do with a degree in biology? Again, I'm a Google. If I don't know the answer, I'm going to Google it. What jobs can I get with a degree? Because that's what she says she has. That's what she told Tasha K. And then she's told Tasha K she had a degree in biology and that she was in nursing school and she had to drop out because of the scandal and whatnot. And then she was working at a hospital and she had to leave. That's what she told Tasha K. Okay, so with a degree in biology, child, there's a lot of jobs. Probably I should have said bachelor's degree. Ooh. All right, so let's see. All the jobs that you could get with a degree in biology. All right, so a research scientist, a laboratory technician. She could work at the community college level as a lecturer if she wanted to. A science writer. I don't think these are bachelor's degrees. Let me see, bachelor's. These look like people with a master's, bachelor's degree. Okay, so laboratory technician, and she could make 40,000 to 60,000 a year. That's if she indeed has a bachelor's in biology. Research assistant, 35 to 55K a year. A quality control specialist, making 45K to 70K a year. Ooh, it's still loading, y'all. It's still loading. Okay, here we go. Where am I? Environmental monitoring technician, 35 to 55K a year. A science teacher at the high school or middle school level. She could be teaching biology or chemistry, and that's 40 to 70K a year. She could be a biotechnologist, 50 to 90 a year. Oh, these are some good salaries. Medical sales representative, and we know Quad was doing that back in the day, and she said she was making some good money. You could start at 60K to 100K. Ariane, if your people over here listening, I hope they're telling you that you could go into medical sales, girl, because you feel like you're that girl. You feel like you're that beautiful. So 60 to 100K a year, medical sales. An environmental consultant, 50 to 90K a year. Um, she could be an inspector, 40 to 65 a year. So all this is basically telling me is if she really does have a degree in biology, then there's no reason why she should not be making money. And that's the conclusion. That's the conclusion that I have drawn. That if she indeed has a degree in biology as she claims, then she could be out here making money and would not be out here looking so dusty. If she received a biology degree from that university, then I feel the entire institution, the entire institution is suspect because no, she can barely read. I mean, she not even know what a two-parent household is. She claims to have a bachelor's degree in biology, yet chooses to sit all day in a car outside of Stormy's warehouse where they are cooking. Ooh, ooh, where they are creating beauty products. They're creating beauty products, okay? But yeah, good morning, innocent instigator. Yeah, I don't think she has a degree. Somebody just said it. I was looking at the comment and then I missed it. Somebody was saying maybe she has a diploma or a certificate. See, I don't really know how the US college system works, but I know in Jamaica you finish high school and then you can go to sixth form, and sixth form is, um 12th to 13th grade, because in Jamaica stop you finish high school in grade 11, and then you can go associate's degree at a community college, and that's 2 years, and then you go to um, a university for a bachelor's degree, and that's a 3-year program. And then you can go off to work or get your master's or your PhD or whatever the case may be. That's how that works in Jamaica. In the US, I think you go up to what, 12th grade, is it? And then you go to university, and that's 4 years. So I don't know. Maybe she did just get a certificate or something. She probably just did 2 years and got maybe an associate's. I, I have to see a certified copy of that degree to believe that she has that. How is she working in a bar? A good question. Good question. Remember, Tell said at the reunion that she went. Yeah, he said she went to the same university. He didn't say she graduated. Morning, Uncle. Martel holding her back. He is scared she will leave him. Like, mm. It seems like she is the only person in his corner, and he needs a supply. What do they say? Narcissist needs their supply, and she keeps supplying him with whatever ego boosting thing that she does for him. That's what she supplies him with. She listens to all his nonsense and believes all his lies, and he needs that. To teach at a college, you have to have a master's degree. Even at a community college, TNTG, man. I would like for her to spell and provide us with the definition of some medical terminology before I believe she was exposed to anything in biology. Well, she did say she was a CNA. She was a CNA, and some CNAs make good money. I took the course when I first moved to the US. I took a course. What was it? 3 weeks, 6 weeks? I don't even remember how long the course was, but I did it and never went to do the licensing exam because honestly, that's just not my ministry. It was just not my ministry. Belinda wasn't cool getting on the internet calling herself a bonus mom. Yeah, that was just not okay. Because she really believed Martell was her man. And then she found out that he was still with Coleslaw. I think that's one of the things um that happened with Belinda and Martell was that she honestly felt like it was her and Martell, and then she found out that um Coleslaw was in the picture and he was just using her. Why was he dropped? I don't know why he was dropped from Miguel's and I know there's some people who are just coming in. We were just on here speculating why he was dropped. We know that from August to September 28th, Miguel was posting and saying that Martel was one of the sponsors. And then when we came around to October 1st, he was no longer listed as a sponsor. Miguel kept posting videos of everybody else, all the other celebrities that were going to be at the event. And Martel was not one of the people he continued to post after September 28th. Um, we're speculating that he didn't have any money to pay to be a sponsor and he didn't have any products to be a vendor. Or maybe somebody told Miguel that, look, this man is a scanner. I don't think you should be associating with him anymore. And Miguel probably pulled the plug. Or maybe Martel himself just realized that this is not his crowd. He's really just fronting and he should stay away. Those are all of the speculations that we have. I took a CNA course and the same is true for me. I could not see myself doing bedside work. Yeah, I could not see I didn't even go back and take and get the certificate. I didn't even go back and get it. And that was years ago now. That was like before the before the Pandarosa. I didn't go back to yeah, like that was like 2018 or something. And I didn't even go back to get the certificate. Just they had those dolls in the bed, like those full-size dolls that were supposed to like be like a simulation of if you had like a patient in the bed and you had to learn like how to wipe them and lift them and all of that. And the more I was doing it is the more I was like, why am I here? This is not for me. Shout out to the people who do it and they love it. But I don't think there's certain jobs that you shouldn't just do because you know that there's money in it. You know, there's certain jobs that you must do because you're passionate about it. And I'm passionate about education. I'm passionate about psychology. I'm passionate about sociology. I am passionate about youth development work. I am not passionate about anything that has to do with nursing at any level. I'm just not. I think he was dropped because he too is broke. He is too broke to be a sponsor of anything. If Marta was intelligent, he would have started a whole personal training program and made a lot of money, but he's lazy. And that's true. See, I like to always end my lives with some constructive criticism. So, not Walmart is hiring TNT Gma. Oh my God. Give me your phone. Oh my God. Can he work for Walmart? Can he? He's a convict now. Can he work for Walmart now? And I think that's one of the reasons too he wants to appeal his conviction, because with a conviction on his record, there's just certain jobs that he will not be able to do. Miguel is big on black business, like alcohol companies. The distributor for Inest went out of business. Tell had a chocolate, not a chocolate in the bottle contract. Hi, Winter Womanland. How are you? Welcome to my yard. Thank you for not just listening over the wall. Appreciate it. But too, you said he had a chocolate in the bottle contract. I've seen chocolate in the bottle back on Black's website. I went looking the other day. Because sometimes the YouTube streets are slow and you go looking for content, and I see them selling it again. Before it was saying sold out for like several months. It was saying sold out, sold out, sold out, sold out, sold out. Which to me means they were no longer carrying the product. But now when you go to Black's website, it now is available. So I don't know if they probably renegotiated their contract with the chocolate in the bottle manufacturers, and now they're back to selling it. So that's some info for y'all if y'all didn't know. Um, but as I bring this live to an end, here are some things that we talked about for those who just got in here. Okay, so let's do a quick recap. So, Martel Holt has gone from Martel Holt has gone from being posted up at a celebrity event for 2 years straight. The first time he was there was in 2022, and then he was there last year again with Sheree Whitfield. So he has gone from being at this event for 2 years straight to being posted up with coleslaw at, oh, I gotta loot these things. I'm sorry, y'all. To being posted up with coleslaw at the A&M event. And some of you might be saying, well, he is, he went to that school, no big deal. But the truth is, Miguel hosts these events around the same time as the A&M homecoming. And as I said, he's been there 2 years in a row. No problem. Okay. He was, you know, trying to promote his wine. He was out and about with Sheree. And that's what he was doing last year, pretending to be the big man in town. He was getting all these write-ups in these different, blogs and Atlanta socialite magazines, like the Hype magazine, Atlanta Inquirer, was the other one, Upscale magazine. Like, everybody that wrote about the Polo Classic event that Miguel hosted, all of them would mention something about Martel Holt, star from Love and Marriage Huntsville, all of that. So he's gone from being written up in all these articles, people posting about him and Sheree, and, being at this event in Atlanta all weekend long, to now being posted up with coleslaw. Not only that, Miguel started posting about this event in early August. And every time Miguel would post, he would add Martel, or he would tag a whole bunch of his sponsors, including Martel, even though he spelled his name wrong. But he would include Martel in all his posts from August. The last post that Miguel made tagging Martel was September 28th. Was September 28th. He even posted the video that Martel posted last year, calling Martel his brother, telling people, like, if y'all want to know how to dress for my event, just look at my brother Martel's video. And again, Martel was tagged as one of the sponsors. Fast forward to October 1st, when you look at the list of sponsors, Martel is no longer there. In fact, after Martel was removed as sponsors, Miguel added a whole bunch of other liquor brands to his sponsor list, including two wine companies that are owned by Black men in Atlanta. I don't think that's any coincidence at all. And remember, last year, Martel told us that we should look out for his suit collection that he was coming out with Miguel. We're at a 1 year mark now, y'all. And we have heard nothing about this suit line that Martel was supposed to be coming out with Miguel. In fact, the only post that Miguel made speaking about this suit collaboration with Martel no longer exists. Miguel removed that post. I forgot to tell y'all that. When you type it into your Google, Miguel Martel collection, it's going to, one of the things that's going to pop up on your Google is Miguel's Instagram account. But then when you click on it, the post is no longer available. So Miguel probably said, yeah, this isn't happening. This man does not have $100,000 to go into business with me. So I don't think we're getting a suit collab or a suit collection with Miguel from Martel. What else? I talked about Inest wines and how you can no longer get Inest wine if you go to Martel's website, the Inest wine website. Vina Shipper is saying that the owner of the website needs to upgrade their online platform to Vino Shipper Injector V4 to continue sales through the online store. So it seems like Martel isn't paying his bills for the only product that he has for sale, which is Inest wines. I don't think Inest wines is no longer is available anymore, y'all. And Toot has been saying that the company that supplies Martel's wines went out of business. But I think that if he was a good businessman, he would have found a way to pivot and to find another supplier so that he could still be selling his wines. Now, Martel has been pretending that he's still selling wines because when Destiny met up with him during this season, what did he do, y'all? He pulled out a bottle of Inest wine to pour for Destiny, which means he was promoting the wine. He was promoting the wine, but what he was not saying was that he can no longer sell Inest wines on his website. I also talked about, and as you see right there, Belinda is on Martel's Inest website, bigging up his wine, leaving a review, talking about she was so impressed with the smoothness of the taste and the quality of the wine. And it's definitely not your typical red wine. She said that it made her top 2 lists of her favorite wines. And Inest will definitely be here to stay. I guess it's not here to stay. And what's kind of, I don't know, if Winter is in here, I know Winter does business consultation. Is it ethical to have your then girlfriend be the person whose review you have on your website? Shouldn't this be like a verified buyer, not connected to the owner of the brand? Because I don't know, this review seems unethical to me, because she was in love with him. They were in a relationship. So if you're in a relationship with him and you're saying that the wine is good, how do I know that you're not just saying that because you dillying and dollying on top of him. So for me, this review seems unethical. Now, I'm not a business consultant, but if anybody in here is in business and understand business ethics, can you tell me, was this review ethical? Was it ethical? So, anyways, Martel cannot sell wines on his platform, on his website anymore. So if you're a Martel fan and you want to go buy wine, you want to go buy a bottle of Inest, don't go put in your credit card or your debit card number in that website. Don't do it. Do not do it. I also talked about how I found some information. Some of it fell into my lap and then I went and I did additional research. But I found some information that Belinda and Martell, they owned a property in 2022, February 2022. Belinda bought this property under another name, well, under another last name. We've all come to know her as Miss Belinda Sanders. However, she did not purchase this property with Martell under the name Belinda Sanders. It was under a different name. And the first two owners of this property was, after it was purchased from somebody else, was Belinda and Holt Media Group, LLC. Less than a year later, Martel became the sole owner of the property, not under Holt Media Group, just as Martel Holt. And less than a year after that, that property is now owned by Martel and two other people. So those are all the things that we talked about this morning. Please go catch the replay if you are just coming in, because it's been 3 hours, y'all. I took Melody's property preservation course, and the background checks occur at least 2 times per year. You have to be able to carry no less than 1 million general liability insurance. So that's what I'm saying. Him being a convict, I don't think he'll be able to do some of these jobs that he wants to be out here doing. And he is a convict. Like, he was convicted. So that's not even like me being shady. It's the truth. um oh, y'all were talking to each other. Bottom line, that missed multi-million dollar deal with the 47 acres is not the only business deal he fumbled. He fumbled a lot. Miguel told him he wanted 100K to start. Yeah, to start. So that tells me that he needed more than 100K. He don't have that kind of money. I'm going to share just a nugget about this event. Martel was never a sponsor. He was a participant in the fashion show. Yeah, and that could be, but the thing is that on some of Miguel's posts, when he posted the list of all those people, the caption says sponsors and vendors. So maybe Inest was supposed to be a vendor, but he couldn't supply it. No, that's not not nice, too. Oh my God. Why wouldn't the fool just put up on that original facade and did the single parent rebuild his life and find love type? He could have done that, but he just wants Melody to look bad. That's what this is all about. He looks bad and he wants to move heaven, earth, and hell to make Melody look bad too, and it's not working. Um Love Key says, "Oh, this was an informative live. I'm going to watch the replay." Yes, catch the replay. The fact that Kosa and others continue to believe the lie that Martel was the brains behind Holt and Old is baffling to me, for real, for real. Good catch with the review. She should have left one on the pseudonym. He tries to make it like Melody stopped him from getting his bag, but in reality, he just bad for business. I mean, Belinda tried to get him to a bag and he fumbled that. he was just wearing the t-shirt. He doesn't have anything to do with it outside of that. Um, he showed bad business when he ran out of that business meeting and showed up on Mel's date. Exactly. Exactly. And I think that's a good note to end this live on. Thank you to everybody that tuned in, everybody that was listening over the wall because you're at work or you just don't want to be in the chat. I still appreciate you for coming by. Thank you for everybody that was in the yard chatting with me. I completely appreciate you. Now I don't know who is live right now, but I might see y'all in these YouTube streets somewhere. If you didn't like the video when you when you walked in, please remember to like it on your way out. Share the link to my channel if you feel like the content needs some more crowd. Subscribe if you haven't done so yet. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter now called X at How I See It, and on TikTok at How I See It TV. As I said, I know I'm going to see some of y'all in these YouTube streets. So as always, walk good. Thank you for listening. Bye.